everything changes.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to talk about my experience in a Code Blue and doing chest compressions. So first of all, I just want to say that I'm not an expert. I'm literally just gonna go through what I saw and how it felt as a nursing student and what I learned from the experience. So don't go like crazy saying that I don't even know. This is just what I observed in this one situation. So if you don't know, right now I am doing my final clinical and I am on a trauma ICU basically. It's intense, but it's also like really cool to learn so much. But the code was actually not even on my unit, so the two charge nurses on the trauma floor have to go to all the codes. So when there was a code called in the hospital, my preceptor was like, follow them, go. She kind of expected me to just kind of observe and sit in the corner, and not even in the corner because there was no room in the room, but she kind of just wanted me to observe the situation, see what happens, whatever. So I start following people. Literally, we're sprinting up like 3 flights of stairs, like down hallways. So I'm already like out of breath and like my heart's already pumping because I was running. Then we get to the room. I'm kind of just standing on the outside, just like observing, kind of just trying to figure out what's going on. And then the charge nurse from the floor is like, get that nursing student in here. And I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna say no, like it's a great opportunity to learn, and there were so many people in there who were like telling me what to do, so it wasn't like I was alone or anything. So I got gloves. Then I had to literally climb over the bed because it was like in a really small room, and there was like a million people doing a million different things. So I had to climb over the bed, and there was 4 of us doing chest compressions. There was me, the charge nurse, one of the charge nurses, and then 2 respiratory therapists. So between the 4 of us, we were just alternating. So I did my first round, and I'm like 5'2", and the guys that were doing chest compressions with me were like 5'10" / like 6 foot. So the first round, I definitely don't think I did. I definitely think that I like exacerbated myself real quick because I was not at a good level of the bed, and there really wasn't room for me to climb onto the bed because I couldn't bend the patient's arm because they had an IO line in, or an IV art line. I don't really know. They just said don't bend her arm. There was something there going on. So the next round I had they got me like a stool. So the next round I had a stool. So doing chest compressions, I was not the first one to start, so I did not crack any ribs, break any ribs, whatever. So that's still something that kind of freaks me out, but like it was already done from the first few rounds of compressions, so I did not have to do that. So they had the 2 shock pads on, and there was like a machine that would tell you like how fast you were doing and how like deep you were going, which was really helpful because it kind of just like kept you in a rhythm. And yeah, so then between the 4 of us, we were just like alternating. Pretty much every minute they did a pulse check, so that's when we would try to switch because you stop compressions when you're doing a pulse check, and the next person would go and do compressions. So that's basically all that I was doing the whole time, was just compressions, and then I would take a break and then go back in. And I never realized like how tiring it actually is, and like your adrenaline's going, so like you can do it, but like at some point it gets to be like too much, so that's why you rotate. And I mean, it's a great thing to do, is even if you're like in a place and someone like doesn't have CPR training. I mean, if you're in a hospital, I would hope everyone does have CPR training, but like if someone collapses or whatever and you have to do CPR on someone in public, it's so easy to just teach someone like, okay, I need you to take over for me, I can't do this anymore. Just like teach them how to do chest compressions. It's not that difficult. So while I was doing that, there was like a million other things that were going on around me. there was one main doctor who was like calling the shots basically. Like he was like, okay, pulse check, okay, no pulses, continue compressions, we need one of epi, like whatever. He was literally just telling everyone like what to do. He was going through what is called H&Ts, which this is what I learned after because I was talking to my preceptor about it. And I don't know exactly what all of the H's and T's are. So basically that is just a checklist of why is this person coding? Why do they not have a pulse? What's going on? So I think with this patient, the main thing they were like worried about was hypovolemia. So this patient was definitely losing blood from somewhere. We just couldn't figure it out. So while that doctor was doing that and running through everything that was going on, there was RT at the top, respiratory therapy, and they were oxygenating the patient. There was another nurse who was hanging saline and doing epi pushes, and then on the other side of me by the patient's leg they were trying to get a line into the femoral artery, and then they couldn't get that to work, so then there was another doctor who was trying to put an IO line in the shin. Like these people are like, these doctors are like literally doing like an IV basically while we're doing compressions, while the patient is literally like moving, and that's so skillful. I was like so impressed. And then there was also a pharmacist in there, and they were like the one who was technically being like, okay, now we need to do one of epi, like blah blah blah. Then there was like a million other nurses who were running and like getting like blood and saline and whatever needed to be grabbed. So yeah, I was in there for a good 35 minutes rotating, doing chest compressions, trying to figure out what was up with this patient. Why were they not having a pulse? If you're not aware, you can't shock when someone's in asystole. I was explaining the situation to my parents, and they were really confused, like, because the TV shows you can always, it's like, and then they shock them and they come back, but like, you can't shock asystole. So that was the main thing, is like we were just trying to get something to happen so we could shock, but unfortunately nothing ever happened. Like I said, the full code was probably for 45 minutes. I was there for like 35 minutes of it. Eventually we kind of exhausted all of our options. Like we couldn't figure out what was going on. At this point it had been so long that they called it. The patient did not survive, unfortunately. Really sad. But overall, such a great learning opportunity. 2 of my classmates had been on the trauma unit like before me, like different semester, and they both said that they got the chance to do CPR, and like if I got the opportunity that I should take it and do it. So I'm really glad that they told me that, because I feel like I wouldn't have if they hadn't said that. So here's me telling you, if you get the chance to go be in a code and like do CPR, do it, because now that I've done it, I feel so much more confident that I could, like, if someone collapsed on the street or something, like I would be able to help them in like whatever. That was a long rambly video, and I don't even know if there's gonna be any cuts in it, but I am doing, eventually, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. I haven't figured out what it is yet. Comment below if you have any ideas of what you would want that giveaway to be. But yeah, it will happen on my Instagram, so make sure you follow that. So it'll happen on my Instagram, but it's about hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I will also announce it on YouTube when it starts. But make sure you are subscribed so I can hit 1,000 subscribers so we can do the giveaway and I can give you guys cool things. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like the next videos are going to be about graduation, and that's crazy to me. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me while I'm still in nursing school, because pretty soon I won't be in nursing school anymore, and that's crazy. So yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!